Hello guys, it has been 2 weeks that I've been here in France. I'm going to tell you 4 differences that I have seen compared to Canada. Like, comment, subscribe, or get right into the video. Number one, we got people and society. We often hear on the internet that French people have the reputation of being rude and disrespectful, but I seem to see the opposite. There are a lot of kind, respectful, and polite people. These people, they use a lot of vous pronouns when talking to someone who is higher up or to people that they do not know. On the topic of people, I see a lot of multiculturalism. People are very proud of their heritage. You see a lot of Arabs, Caribbeans, Indian, Asians, African, etc. You can say that multiculturalism really is a success here. On the topic of expression, they seem to have their own vocabulary. It's called verlan and it's mostly used by youth. For example, a couple of words that you might hear are meuf, that means lady, ouf means crazy, renoir means black, pécho means to catch, and I never saw a flag on a person's house at all. I don't know if they're not patriotic or not. Compared to Canada, you'll see a few flags here and there. And also, I never heard a person speaking English outside the airport and a tourist destination area. You always hear French or maybe a foreign language, but no English. Number two, we're gonna have to talk about the road. I see a lot of bad drivers. I do not know if they cheated on driving school or they bought their license. They speed, use emergency lanes, cross on red lights. They're the one responsible for a lot of clogs, especially in the Parisian region. I also see a lot of motorcycles. I see very few pickup trucks, and from the few pickup trucks that I see, it's mostly in the countryside. I often hear on the internet people saying that in France there are a lot of smaller cars, but I see a lot of mixture of big and small cars. From the small cars that I see, it's mostly in the cities like Paris or Marseille. And from the big cars that I see, it's mostly in smaller towns. One thing that I see on cars is that they have two license plates, and on their license plate, they have the number of their department. The cars here are more manual than automatic. I see a lot more Peugeot, Renault, Citroen, BMW, and I see less of Mazdas, Jeep, and Chevrolet. Although Canada and France have similar road signs, they still have some small differences. First of all, there is a sign with a red X, meaning that you cannot stop. There's also a sign with a single cross, meaning that you cannot park. The maximum speed color is red and white, and the signs to indicate the distances of the city is blue. Although Canada and France have the same color of exit sign, which is green, the composition is different. One thing to note is that there are a lot more tolls on their highway, so if you're thinking to drive from one city to another, expect to bring some money to pay for the highway tolls. But on the other hand, the roads are perfect. There are no potholes on the highways. Now, thirdly, we're gonna have to talk about the architecture. I love how the buildings are made here, whether it's the apartments, the houses, the schools, they're all beautiful. One style that stands out to me the most is the Haussmannian style. It's the most beautiful in my opinion. You'll see this style of architecture in Paris, Lyon, Orleans, and Marseille. I like the proximity of cafes, schools, churches, stores from one another, and I think it promotes communitarism. Secondly, I like how public transportation is accessible to everyone. In Ile-de-France, you can pretty much go anywhere if you wanted to. Thirdly, I like how arrow signs in the cities and towns help to indicate the population where to go. I would like to understand why city entrance are the same every city you go. Red, white, and the city name. Can y'all be different? And also, I would like to know the utility of sidewalk barriers. Last but not least, some people are going to disagree with me. I think that spray paint tags makes the city very unique. I never saw many tags on infrastructure back in Canada, and I personally like them. The motifs are very unique. Last but not least, number 4, stores. I see a lot of different store brands like Carrefour, Lidl, Super U, compared to Canada where it's mostly Costco, Walmart, and Superstore. What I like about this place is that grocery stores and shops are around every single corner. It makes the commute of everyday citizens very easier. And one thing I also really like is that the prices include taxes and food here is very cheap. One thing I dislike is that stores right here close on Sunday. And from the rare stores that open on Sunday, it's usually in the morning between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. I do not know why they close on Sundays. One thing that I did not see back in Canada was street market. If you ever happen to go to a street market, you're going to find some very nice products and some very nice deals. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to comment down below more differences that you see from France and Canada. And we'll see you next time. Peace.